mean, for those people who have multiple partners, like for those, like sasa kama umedate mtu 2 months, umeachana, utaenda kwa party mwambie party, cheki usiniombe. Thank you and welcome to our SG News. So with me is the amazing team, and we are continuing with our series of relationship and Christian dating. Today we have a very, very interesting topic. Should we have sex before marriage? Which is a very interesting topic. Send in your comments. Comment hapo chini kwa comment. Also, you can also share the link. You can also subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you very much. So I'm introducing my team. Let them introduce themselves and tell us who they are. Thank you.
Atzo Vincent, IG Atzo.
Levin Corey.
I am Keegan Bryan, popularly YouTube Big Future.
So thank you very much for finding time to come to our show today. We are talking about sex. And kama nyinyi ni vijana barubaru. So I want you to tell us your view on sex. Should people have sex before marriage? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible?
Wow.
Maybe we'll start this again.
Wow, that's a very interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very interesting topic. Mm-hmm. Mom, I know you're watching. Yes, so let me say this. Okay, I'm an education science student. I am a scientist, in other words. And what I have been taught from developmental psychology is human beings, we usually have these stages. We usually have this developmental stages. You're a kid, you're a toddler, you're an adolescent, then you're a teen, and then so around this age when you're in adolescence or you're in teenagehood, as our bodies develop, and feeling of attraction towards the opposite sex usually increase. And according to biology, according to developmental psychology, according to ladies, let me say girls, let me call them girls. Yeah, around that period, they usually have what they call this what they paid every other month. Their salaries. So their salaries usually when the salaries are around the big corner, their urges, and their sexual urge, according to biology, increases. And it is something that if someone is not careful, the tendency or the probability of indulging in sex is so high. So in some way, in as much as you're saying, some people say no sex before marriage. Well, it is so ill of us to try not to understand, like, this is how God made us. I'm not saying that we should have sex, but we should whenever we're thinking of that, we should have that in mind. We're human beings, and that to that extent, we're developing, like it's part of our makeup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is what I am saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it is not possible to stay without sex before marriage.
Maybe can help me answer that.
Okay, for me, I'll be seconding him. In terms of the biological, what did you call it? Yeah, the biological development that occur. You see, like he said, there's a certain stage that when you ukifika the puberty, I can say.
Yeah, true.
There's that urge.
Mm-hmm, true.
So yeah, for example, okay, that was very possible kitambo, because once a lady, like, umeona, like, ameanza kumea to, like, okay, ameanza to develop, and then they get married. Mm-hmm. Like the early marriages zilikuwa zinasaidia, so that now it looked like it was now sex after marriage. Yes. But for now, there's this, you have to finish school, and then you get married. So by the time you're reaching there, like, it's hard. It's hard.
Too far.
Yeah, you see now it's just about the biology, science.
Yeah,
That explains that better. Like it's hard. It's possible, but it's hard
I now see our
because
old
the
men.
hormones are
They're so active, you're hyperactive. According to that's science. I now see why our ancestors used to prefer early marriages.
true to avoid that sex before marriage because it's a taboo, and at the same time because by the time someone reaches that stage, the hormones are seriously need their wanting.
Whiting.
They're chemukaring.
Wow.
Okay. For me, it's before marriage. Okay, I'd say it's fine if you have like one partner who you're planning to go into marriage with. Like that one, it's fine. But not like exchanging people day in, day out, someone different, Yeah, because actually with that, even it exposes you to like a wide, a wide variety of risks. You took a STI and stuff. Like, if you stick to one who you're sure with, even though you've not married each other yet, but you're like, okay, it's safe, Yeah. So that's my take. Sex before marriage.
Okay, for me, I think it's possible to have.
You think.
Okay, it is limited, but actuality and actuality, I think it is possible to stay without having sex. One, because there is something we call self-control. So when you have that self-control, you will not go. You will not like go ahead.
Go overboard.
Yeah, because utakuwa unakumbuka. And then but principles then apply. Once you've set your principles and priorities right, hakuna siku utawahi pata ukibattle na hizi vitu. Okay, it happens. Sisi ni human beings na tuko na feelings kama vile unasema. But hapa self-control is key. Self-control is key. Most especially for a Christian. Self-control is key because unajua ukicompromise your faith, manze, kuna ile kitu inakutaka una feel like umefail God, yani hata uwezi enda ku approach. Una feel like I've messed up. So for me, I'd advocate for self-control. Another thing that I advocate for, maybe probably keeping yourself busy. Unajidistract. Like if mimi nikikuwa na kiga, hakuna kitu nafikana. I just feel like, okay, he's
hallelujah.
So if you feel like that, probably you never avoid kiga. Not really avoid, but never avoid being in lonely places with him. Why? Because as a kwenda tu kwa hivi get. So for me, I think bado kuna ile aufai pia kuwa alone with that guy or that girl, because it applies to both of us. Because that thing hakuna vile tutasema tunapatana kwa hoteli alafu tutaifanyia hapo na kuna watu you can't.
Yeah, I am thinking. Okay, I think to some extent, I don't know why God, when He created us, He knew at puberty these urges will start coming up. Yeah, it is in our makeup. Like He's our creator, He's our makeup artist. Like He knew this is in us. If why are we trying to, according to what I feel, why are we trying to, for the lack of better words, why are we trying to make God feel like he didn't know what He was doing when He was creating us with that urge during puberty? if like you in a way you're suggesting that God should have brought that urge to us maybe when you are 25. That is when that is when the sex hormones, the oxytocin in the other types of hormones. Like you that is the time unafaa go activated. Like don't you think we are telling God kama hukufanya kazi unafaa kufanya, ungefaa at least ifika 25 ndio
Okay, I want to answer you. Jesus pia aliambia the disciples, pray that you do not fall into temptation. Kama imagine God alikuwa na uhuru wa kufanya kuondoa temptation in our life. Alikuwa na uhuru wa kusema Adam hata kule hiyo matunda, but he allowed. God had that nini ya kusema hata Jesus hangekuwa crucified, but he did not. Haku allow kufanya. God alikuwa bado na uhuru ya kusema Adam and Eve wasikule hiyo matunda, but he allowed. So kuna vitu vingine God ananiambia like ana allow, like even in the story of Job, God
why would he allow us to have these sexual feelings at puberty when he knows these are children who can they can't explore, they are very experimental and they are not ready. Why can he give us that feeling? Like don't you think ni kama tucheza akili, like kama nyinyi ndio mwa tucheza akili.
Alafu pia asa niulize, okay though that inaiuliza ni wa derail of Christianity or something, but you find that in the Bible hata kwa like years, like it's from birth to 12 years, then his puberty and teenage period zote zimekuwa skipped to like 30 years old when he starts ministry. So where is this life period? Alafu unajua like by then he was one of the only boys around, because when he was a kid and boys were killed. All girls were like on him, you know. I'm like,
But Jesus, the son of Joseph the carpenter.
That's my question, you know.
Okay. Even much of you know, marriage here imekataliwa, it is not haijakataliwa. And also the Bible says that if you sleep, it is in the book of Corinthians, first Corinthians 5:6. Nasema about like when you sleep with that person, you become one. So which means that ukisleep na Joey, alafu usleep tena na Kigen, umekuwa one na a lot of people. This is what brings soul ties, because unapatana na msee, like utapata huyu alikuwa mchawi, huyu alikuwa mwizi, huyu alikuwa nini. So when you have
Joey wewe alikuwa mchawi.
Nashangaa man, na wewe ni mwizi.
Alright, so utafind kuna soul tie. So mbona uko na all this, why go for all this?
Okay, wait.
Why go for all this? Like
I have this burning question. You were saying to avoid having sex before marriage. So maybe you're feeling like you are just an example. If you're with Kigen, you're feeling like you're driving you crazy and all. So yes.
Hallelujah. Am I drive someone crazy one day?
You're dating. There is this courtship. So yeah, before you get into marriage, definitely you'll not just wake up and say, I'm getting married now, let's get married, and then we are going to. So you'll definitely court.
Yeah.
And then now that is where the thing of you cannot avoid your boyfriend. I mean, and then you see it then it comes.
So I think you see sex starts mind. First it starts in the mind. Hiyo time unaenda kuvisit huyo boy and umeset kwa mind yako, you are doing nothing. Hata muandress, hata mfanye everything.
The body. You know.
Let me tell you, it starts in the mind.
The moment the first step is made, figuring out the second, the third, and the fourth step is so easy.
It's just automatically. It's okay, and I'm not. It's not like I am not doing that. But it starts in the mind. Ukiset mind yako unaenda kufanya hiyo kitu, trust you me, hata utafanya. But ukiset mind yako you're not going to do it, you're going utakuwa like, hata kama hizo vitu zote zina happen, utakuwa like, no, I had said I won't do it. So at the back of your mind utakuwa una retract, utakuwa unawachana na hiyo story. So I think here bado tunafaa to change our mindset. We should change our mindset. Because sisi tumekuwa na mindset kama hiyo, tumekuwa na mindset ati because everyone is doing it, hata sisi lazima tufanye. No, we need to change our mindset. We need to stand out in the midst of wale watu wenye wote wana disagree. You need to stand out. You need to come out.
What about this perspective now? Relationships, so nowadays, no, they're not relationships, they are situationships. Yeah, a lot of times, let's be a little more realistic. Maybe you're dating this person, and if the two of you don't make out, okay, for example, as the guy, if you don't make a move, the girl will feel, kwani huyu ni wa wapi? Unaona,
unaanza kuchezwa. That is where the unfaithfulness starts to come. Actually, these days ni hivyo, like if you want to abstain, just don't date, because dating literally means that's what you're going to. It's just so unavoidable. Then about the soul ties, you were saying that you can once you start dating somebody, like I said, it just comes and it happens. So you can't just say that you will date and then you'll not even have, you'll be dating and then you'll be like maintaining social distance.
Hi.
Oh, you're so well. You can as well just date that one person. It's not lazima like having sex with many people. You can do, plus fear. You can still protect in a way. There will be no that attachment as such, like that attachment, because there is no even flesh which are coming.
Oh God, let me say something. This is a point of interest on what she said. I think it's high time now as the society we should try looking at empowering youths on sexual responsibility rather than telling them don't have sex before marriage. Because at the end of the day, whether you tell them and you can agree with me, a lot of times when you tell don't do ABCD, you'll go and do it.
Exactly.
Like mbona ameniambia nisifanye? Why don't I do it?
Let me explore. I am young. Let me explore. Let me see how it feels. Like let me go and test. So it's high time we just tell them we introduce youths to sexual responsibility rather than telling them don't have sex, because at the end of the day, whether the sun decides to rise in the east or in the west, things are gonna be done. They're gonna make out anyway.
You'll talk to them now and tell them don't, and they'll still go and do it. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's something that is, what do I call it? I think it's just something in the generation we are in right now. Like it's automatic.
Yeah.
As in, when you tell somebody, as in, for example, you, like, people tuseme we are dating with Chigen, and then like she, like everyone else knows that yule Morio.
Oh God.
So yeah, like it's something automatic that when you're dating, lazima, like it has to happen.
That's
so
Morio.
Like it's that's Morio. That's Morio. I don't want to say which one, but that one. So yeah, it's something, you see, it's something in us already. Like it's unavoidable, I can say. So yeah, and then there's also that step in life you cannot avoid: the dating, the courtship. You will not just wake up from nowhere and then you are in marriage and then jump into marriage. And then it's something that is also happening. Like you can't avoid it. It happens. Yeah.
Okay, I want to pose a question to you guys. Honestly speaking, I want you to give me a range between 1 and 10. The girls the girls you've dated and the guys you've dated.
Wow.
Okay, there are many, right?
Wow.
Let's say, for example, they're like, kuna wenye hata, there was a time someone was telling me when they can't take anyone 33. I'm like, what? Really? Okay, that is good.
Comes
So,
slowly.
let's say, for example, watu wengi wako like 8 out of 10. So, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, mpaka 8. Hawa wote, umesema ni multiple part, ni one partner. Na mkidate anakuanga huyo mmoja, si ndio? But like mnaachana. So ukiachana unaenda next. So you're trying to say that huyu wa kwanza mtafanya, wa pili mpaka wa 8 mtafanya. Hapo utakuwa umecreate so type a lot of them. So issue yenye mnasema ya chiku having it with one partner, for me na differ nayo.
So you need many partners.
Not really. Not really. For me, we just abstain. Tukisema ni story ya one partner. One partner, kuna mse tuna date for 1 year, ama 6 months, ama hata 2 months tulikosana. See, we were dating. See, at that particular time alikuwa my one spouse.
How about the issue of now sexual responsibility becoming? Like you just do this. Since like it's unavoidable and you can't foresee the fact that now when you get into that relationship, okay, unless it was intentional, for some people they're like, let me just date for the sake of passing time. But then if you like you're saying like you can make something good, like you can be a thing. See, you'll definitely have to lay your things. No, okay. Like you will not foresee the fact that you break up. Like you have those expectations. Like I've found him, and then we can do this. So yeah, then the breakup just happens. You'll have to move on. Okay, life will not stay. So I think the best thing is to know what to say back. Maybe for the soul ties thing, I think the sexual responsibility comes in. Maybe you can try something like.
I think I can really on that.
You use the protection so that there will be not that tie.
Let me tell you.
Just, okay,
it's something unavoidable. It's something unavoidable. That is where that's where I'm basing my point, my argument in. Like it's unavoidable. Unless, and if you want to avoid it, then don't do it. I don't know why you find your husband.
Okay. I don't to say. I know the question here is the soul ties thing. Number one, okay, I will start with someone older than me. Before you move on to the next relationship, for you to avoid the soul ties of the previous relationship, before you move on, you have to maybe pray or look for someone who's spiritually elderly to you to pray to it's not really cleansing, but someone that is in a position to pray for you,
to break the soul tie.
So
thank you very
when
much.
you go to the next person,
they are not those.
Yeah, you're not by the witch doctor.
Wow. Hey, you can listen to yourself. Like I mean, for those people who have multiple partners, like for those, like sasa kama umedate mtu 2 months, umeachana, utaenda kwa party mwambie party, usiniombe.
Hata pastor yenu atakushangaa.
Unanikujia na already.
Let put this clearly. It doesn't have to be your pastor, because if for example you are a guy, you have someone who's like your elder brother, someone that understands what you're going through, someone who's been there before, but they are elderly spiritually. They'll be in a better position to understand you rather than going to your pastor.
I think hizi soul ties zinafaa kupelekewa someone who is spiritually,
but you know there is
alafu tena so mi by the way yenye unasema ya chai za kwenda no let me tell you huwezi kuwa ati una date mtu 1 year una break up naye unaenda kwa next unaenda kwa past hata
You pray.
I mean it's not even
Hapana, confession by the way. Na hawata kujudge.
na
Kama
wenye
there
sisi
is
hatuna
that
na
confession.
wenye hatuna nini
And then you talk to the person hata ajui ni wewe. You just talk to him hivyo like
atazoea sauti yako
for the fact
Sometimes it take you 1 year, 6 months, depending on the time you'll date.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Yeah,
Anaweza
and the long,
Unaweza
advocate for that.
usiende kwa person. Okay, but I'm not advocating like you jump into the relationship. Okay.
thank you.
You
Yeah.
like you okay if it happens it has happened and so yeah you can do that you go confess then that thing that the soul tie is broken okay in Catholic for example there's that confession box you don't have to face him so hata kujua and but if you're feeling
Don't you
again
think you're doing some injustices to yourself
Okay.
because hiyo kitu by the way itakuwa worn out kwani hutaki bwana yako apate
you know when you're getting into this relationship you're going like you know like I had said earlier you're not foreseeing that breakup.
Yeah.
Like okay for me
Mhm.
seriously I can't get into a relationship just because I want to do it like you get into it like umeona there's a future as in we are going somewhere so you're going into that relationship and then you're seeing him like now this one is kuna chances atakuwa ni the future husband you get so like and then shit just happens which happens then it's unavoidable so it just happens so you have it's not like you are doing it unajisikia kufanya yani
but for me I think for me is advocate ndo as in avoid all that stuff it's good if you try to change it it's good if you try to have self-control just as I do and stick to your principles sticking to your principles is key here and then about now as we wind up amesema kuhusu using protection which is condoms let's say for example so hiyo unasema hakutakuwa na contact but let me tell you kutakuwa na ile inaitwa nini intimacy kutakuwa na intimacy so hautakuwa umeavoid the soul ties because one thing umeshakuwa one na this person so utakuwa tu ushakuwa one na yeye because I have had cases of people who say I'm married I have kids but sijawahi sahau the guy he calls the guy the woman calls the guy and I'm hi I still miss you and akona baby na shapata watoto so to avoid all this it is not easy saa zingine feelings zinatu overwhelm but it is just good to like avoid it una try to as much as possible to avoid it because it's healthy but it is not healthy I know guys you know what I mean so as we wind up I want to get the closing remarks from each one of you and then we just wind up
Okay, let me say this let me face the camera and say this. Number one, it's high time that I'll say this without anything. Number one, we should come to a point where we start teaching youths about sexual responsibility. Okay, don't tell them to abstain, and you know very well they're not going to abstain. Teach them about about sexual responsibility. Number two, if you're not ready for sex, make sure don't date. Like that's the next step for you to indulge in sex. And number three, let us be more practical when it comes to self-control. Being more practical, can say, let us find something to occupy your time, and also occupy yourself with the right things. Read good books, not just erotic novels or romantic movies. Read things that can better occupy your mind. And also, if it's hard for you to maybe not to date, because I know it's a psychology development stage. Make sure like be responsible about, because out here there are a lot of early pregnancies. There are a lot of a lot of research is going on around. So like it's very good to be responsible. And number three, so the last finally, before you even want to date another person, make sure you clean with the other one. Like this whole time is done. I don't know how you're going to do it because I don't know myself. Father atakujua ni wewe. Hii sauti yetu.
Sauti imerudi hapa
Ama
mara
unataka
tatu.
kanisa
Nenda kanisa.
Yeah, that's so wise. Yeah, I think that is what I have to say. Thank you.
Hey, for me, I'll just say, okay, mostly just 2 seconds. Like, if you can date without it, then it's fine. Like if it's mutual, like both of you have agreed that we can just abstain until marriage, that's fine. But like there's a point where you want to abstain, or he wants to abstain and I don't want to, or the other way around. That will be a bit hard. So I think maybe you should just avoid that. Avoid dating then if it's not mutual. Yeah, it's hard really to find like that both of you know you're willing to abstain. There's these societal expectations here. Like when you're dating, you have to be. So then you find it will take the better part of you. But as she said, self-control muhimu. And yeah, I think that's what I have to say. So.
Okay, for me, I'd say that okay, basically sex is something that has been normalized sana for the current generation. So you find that just as she said, you get someone who shares the same values and principles as you, so that you don't like clash. So if the person is like, okay, if you want to abstain, then rather get someone who is also into abstaining. And if you want to get someone who can do it in, then okay, that's fine.
That would be responsible.
Exactly. Just be responsible with it. Like, don't take it too far. Such.
Okay, so thank you very much for watching our discussion ilikuwa moto. Anyway, thank you very much. You can send your feedback to us. And also, my parting shot is there are good guys out there, there are good girls out there. If you know, you know. Thank you.